Welcome back to the Geek Show. Now we're on to...
LGBTQ plus representation.
Yeah, I completely forgot what
Your mind blank, I can see that in your eyes.
Actually, for some reason I thought the music was going to play the next song. I had a bit of a panic attack here. This system's actually going to give me stress. It's not the best of systems.
I mean, we've had some great songs so far. I'm enjoying them.
Did you rage at start with, I think, Girl in Red and then Colours?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, for the other two songs.
Oh, yeah.
Spoil. Okay, so LGBT plus representation. This, I think, has definitely gotten a lot better in recent years.
Yes. I think we're talking about finally we're kind of getting rid of the whole gay best friend sort of stereotype.
Worst stereotype
I mean,
ever.
it's still there in some TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're talking about sex education. I mean, as much as we love Eric, sort of, let's ignore season 3 Eric.
Yeah, I would say, hold on, he made some choices in season 3.
As much as we love Eric in season 1 and season 2, he still kind of fulfills this stereotype for Otis.
Of being the gay best friend.
Which is a bit disappointing.
I know, it is quite annoying. I also hate in TV shows where you get like a boy and a girl friendship and one of them has to be gay.
Yes,
to apparently make it work. And I'm going, no, you could still have two straight people be friends. For example, one that really works that is just two straight people who are friends, who goes against the gay best friend stereotype, is in the Scream TV show. I've only seen season 1 because my friend who got me into it said do not watch season 2 because it completely ruins the finale of season 1, so I've only ever watched season 1. There's two characters, Noah and Audrey, and Audrey is bi, but Noah is straight, and they just are best friends. And it's just going, yeah, you know.
Because that's the only way that a boy and a girl will never not be going out together, is if one of them is interested in the same gender.
Well, no, but it works because, like, they're both into the opposite gender as well. Because Audrey's bi.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
But yeah, it's like, they're best friends.
Not
one of them is the gay best friend.
Yeah.
Your brain just doesn't work, does it?
No, it just like switched off.
So one of them, there's no gay best friend, and yet it works. So that goes against that stereotype. That's why I love that friendship.
I think another thing we've got to look at is obviously the gay villain stereotype, because we were discussing whether or not it should still kind of be something we look forward to in our media. Well, not look forward to, but we were saying about how we didn't want our gay and our bi characters to be too good, because I think then that becomes unrealistic. I think it's something I often complain about in movies and TV shows. You'll heard this, you've played this about 2 times. Is when somebody is far too nice for their own good, and you're like, you would be getting crushed in the real world.
Yes, perfect characters do boil my blood sometimes because it's just going to be so unrealistic.
What can I say? I love a flaw.
Yeah, exactly. I know, because I just think they should be villains as well as heroes, the same that, you know, non-LGBT people are both can be heroes or villains. It just should be like just the same, and I just hate how, like I said earlier, people like shows and TV shows and films and all that get praised for having the simple bare minimum of doing it. I'm just going, no, can you not just like have characters of all different like sexualities and just that's it, done, boom.
Yeah.
Like not get praised for like, oh, well done, you had like gay like representation, right? Okay, and like.
But I think it also
just
shows that we've obviously had less in the past, so we're happy to kind of eat the breadcrumbs off.
I think that is the problem.
Is we finally actually have canonically gay characters, because I think you were talking about headcanon wise.
Yeah, I mean previously to having like canon like gay characters, it ended up people would like pick at like breadcrumbs of certain characters, like actions and stuff, to say, oh, this character might be this character might be that, but it's never explicitly said because just Fandoms never did that. Like you mentioned Clara, Doctor Who. The fandom, the headcanons are as bi because there is a lot of evidence that she is bi. I
mean, evidence is a bit of a strong word for
makes comments
random
here and
lines.
there. Because like obviously we knew she liked Danny in series 8. But then in series 9 she makes comments about like her and like Jane Austen.
Yeah. It's really weird. I wouldn't say that throwaway lines count as evidence.
And that's the thing, and that's what I'm saying, people like picked up on those things as breadcrumbs. And use that as headcanons, and it's kind of bad that you just had to do that.
But at the same time, how do you portray someone as being explicitly bisexual? Because you end up doing that, you kind of end up falling into the, you know, the good old stereotype of, you know, bi people, we sleep around, we'll snog anybody, will leave you eventually. That's
well, Euros.
I don't know. Oh god. I don't know. Like I don't.
You're investing into something there.
Yeah, but I think that's the problem. Is there's a lot of bad representation out there, and you don't want to repeat that again because you look back at movies that are 10 years old and you kind of sort of cringe very hard about.
Oh yeah, if it's like heavy hand representation that is so stereotypical, you just go, oh no.
Yeah. Somehow you've managed to make a walking stereotype.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I hate stereotypical like gay people. So when it comes to films and stuff, it's just so annoying. It's like really, there's just no originality with this.
Yeah, there's no new angle or anything like that. But I also think that making LGBTQ plus people an everyday occurrence, not just this, standalone character, they're completely different from everybody else. It's nice to be normal from time to time and for people just to shrug the shoulders and go, yeah, she's just bi. And I'm kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, there is that. There's also the issue of queer baiting.
Yes. I mean, I think the first time I ever came across queer baiting when I was younger was probably Sherlock Holmes with him and Watson.
I never saw that.
Did you never see that?
No, I always thought he loved Molly.
No, I always just assumed that.
Whoops!
God,
did I miss something that everyone else saw? Like
we would not have got on if we hadn't seen each other in high school.
Sorry, no, I clearly because I did see that people thought they were a couple, and I was going, what? Am I missing something?
I mean, I think that was just very lazy. Almost. The thing I have with Sherlock is that if you look back in it now, and the writing seems to make a lot of fun of the people that are watching the show, which is a very odd thing to do.
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
Honestly, it's a show that comes out every 3 years, and somehow every 3 years it decides that it's going to openly mock the people that, spend time and invest in it. So I personally, I love the idea of John Locke, but it was just never confirmed, and I don't think... They're like, we'll have another season come out. I don't think I'd be interested in it anymore.
When was the last season though?
Last season was, I would have been S1. No, not S1.
No, not S1.
It wasn't S1, no, it wasn't that long ago.
I'm going to quickly Google it.
I remember discussing with my mates and it was just this
I want to say it's like 2017 or something.
I feel like it was quite recent.
2017.
2017.
Wait, is that...
So we within 6
Oh no, wait, is it series 5? Is it 5 seasons?
No, it was only season 4.
Oh yeah, okay, so
season 4, the season that we did not discuss.
It's because it all blends into one because there's so few episodes to each series. I can forget which one's which.
But that's what I don't like about queer baiting is, I'm using Sherlock as an example here, but it feels like you're openly mocking the people that are looking for that representation. And then when it doesn't actually fall through, you feel like the rug's being pulled out beneath you, basically. And that's a very uncomfortable feeling. Yeah,
and it's just like, oh, you thought you were going to get representation? Surprise! You're not.
Surprise! You're not. Don't ever expect it ever
Whereas,
again.
It's great when that actually falls through, is actually being queer, like 13 and Yaz.
Yes, which is a relationship I don't think I was actually looking forward to, and then it happened, and I was like, this is nice.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of human doctor relationship just because of experience gap more than anything. Like, you know, it's like, how was 13 now?
Oh,
we've not really had like an age check in a very long time. Yes. So she's definitely over like 2000, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I'm waiting for that joke they'll pull with Yaz where she's like, 2000 years old. And
Yaz is like, I'm
20.
20, 21 or something now. She's about our age.
Yeah.
No, but I'm glad it's like they made it a thing that Yaz definitely loves the doctor. I don't know if it's... Is it both ways? I don't know if I don't think they'll make them a couple. I think that maybe just like it's just they do have feelings for each other and that's kind of it type thing. Yeah. Because they've only got 2 episodes left of 13.
The thing is, they both admitted it, and they're both aware the other one likes them.
I just love the scene when at the end of the most recent episode.
This is just queer angst.
Eve of the Daleks, when Yaz is like smiling, watching like the fireworks go off. 13 like looks over to her like and then there's just Dan just standing there like yes. Yeah. I made them actually admit their feelings to each other. He is the ultimate ally. He's just standing there. He's so proud of them. I think it's such a good scene.
That how prevalent queer baiting is that I wasn't open to this idea of a relationship because
you just expected that it's going to be queer baiting.
Yeah.
You just go into things expecting it to just be like. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting to fall flat on my face on the hard wooden floor, and I may have landed on a soft, fluffy marshmallow. So,
You know, I was shocked when it happened in Eve of the Daleks, because obviously there's been people talking about it for since Yaz and 13 kind of both introduced. People thought, oh, actually, you know, it's just comments Yaz has made. Again, picking at the breadcrumbs, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
But this one actually followed through, and I was surprised when that scene happened.
Not
I was
nasty,
like, oh my gosh.
Not even a nasty surprise, just a pleasant
It was like a pleasant surprise, but it was just like,
thanks for noticing.
oh my gosh, they actually are canon now, is having fun with each other. It was mad.
It's cute as well. And
But I was happy that it happened, because like we had, you know, when the Doctor was a man, following him with like women and stuff, and also have like male kisses with Jack Harkness a couple of times. That happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Remember like at the end of Parting of the Ways, like Jack just kisses now.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, forgot about this. So it's good that they're now like doing it with 13 Yats, because like, it goes both ways.
Exactly, that's the thing. Is it's nice, and it's nice to have a nice surprise at the end rather than you want to immediately turn to Twitter to help with the horde of hate that is directed at Chris Chibnall. Like that's it's kind of like every feeling I've gotten so far with queer baiting is you immediately turn to Twitter or Reddit or someone will justify your anger.
Yeah, no, queer baiting is still is a big issue.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff.
But you know what? At least it's getting less of an issue.
Yes, there's ones that.
And I think it's good that people are calling out queer baiting now.
Well, I mean, there's even couples that are becoming like canon even years afterwards, after they finish. Basically, so during lockdown, there was I don't know if you saw, but like Russell T Davies wrote like a mini story called Farewell Sarah Jane, and it was like Sarah Jane's funeral.
Yeah.
And there's a throwaway line in it that well, it's not throwaway, but it's literally just like one line that everyone just focused on, because it basically canonises the 80s companions, like the Fifth Doctor's companions from the early 80s, Tegan and Nyssa, being a couple. It took 2020 for this.
Oh, I mean...
And people have been saying that for years, that people like they thought they were a couple, and then it took to 2020 for it to be canon.
I mean, I'm just going to move away from the Doctor Who discussion for now. But I mean,
but that's all that's on my head, like those ones are top of my head right now.
But I think just before we finish up, can we talk about like the coming out stories? Because
oh yeah.
I personally love a coming out story. They can be very heartwarming, and they can also be a bit heartbreaking as well, because, you know.
But not every main lead film by like a queer character has to be about coming out. There are so many romance stories about queer couples that involve one of them having to like come out, and I'm going, why can't we just have a rom-com that's two queer people like we do with straight people? Do you know what I mean? And it just happens that it's two of the same gender, or what? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, and it makes you feel a bit like, I don't know, like, as I said, I love it. I mean, so at the same time, I hate when that's the end of the character's story as well, because that is them that have reached their satisfaction goal.
They go, no.
I mean, it's been 6-7 years since I came out officially. I would say my story has not ended. I have not become a background character quite yet.
Well, maybe you're a background character to me, but yeah.
I am still the main character. I'm still suffering from main character syndrome. Yeah, so that's the thing, is I think stories still need to keep going after someone's come out.
Yeah, I just hate how that is the end point. And it's like, no, there's more to this person than just having to come out or just being gay. Like, that's why I'm sure there is films out there that are rom-coms that just are like two queer people.
Yeah.
Do you know, because that just makes sense. Like, yeah.
I think that's the end of that section. We've kind of covered everything.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at my bullet points and I feel like we've gone through everything.
Yeah, we still have our bullet points, listeners.
Because I'm forgetful and I will lose track of what I need to talk about.
I mean, one day we may just release the pages of our notebooks because they're quite funny sometimes.
Well, I mean, enjoy trying to
some of the notes that I write is just absolute craziness.
Okay, so we'll put on our next song, which is That's What I Want by Lil Nas X.